So next, let's go ahead and take a look at this home folder here, which is also accessible right down here as files. And as we covered in the video talking about the Mint menu, it's also here in files. You can access it in places over here in the home. So you've got a lot of ways of getting at this, but it's your main file manager software, or the file explorer, as Windows users will probably know it as. And it's called Nemo is the name of it. You can go to help and go to about at the top in the menu here, and it says about Nemo. So that's the name of this particular file manager, organizer, whatever you want to say about it. And so I'm just going to make this full screen by clicking on the top there. That way you can see it a little better. So generally it's pretty straightforward. If you're used to using computers, this will already probably look pretty familiar to you, but this is where you store all your files and documents and anything like that on your computer, and this is how you access them all. So off to the left here you have this sidebar, and it gives you some very common destinations and locations for saving things, or organizing your files however you prefer. These folders are all here by default. Documents, downloads, you can use them if you'd like. You don't have to use them though. You can create your own, or do it however you would prefer. Off to the bottom left here you can see it says show places, so that's the view that's showing up now. And if you'd like, you can collapse these categories by clicking these little arrows next to them, and you can see, I'll just do that really quick for all three, and you can see now it's just hidden from view. And if you prefer to just get them as you need to open them up, you can just click the arrow again to expand them. So it tries to separate things. So my computer, that's everything that's on your computer. So these are all talking about locations related to your computer storage. Devices section here is for anything else. So this is my second hard drive that I have installed on this particular computer. But also if you get any external hard drives or flash drives or anything like that, it will appear under this devices section here as a separate device, so that it's like, hey, here's a separate thing from your internal computer storage. It's not necessarily it's not the same drive that your Linux operating system is installed on and where all your files are there. It's a separate device. So it categorizes that out here. And the network section as well, if you have any kind of networking you need to do, like if you're trying to do file sharing between your computers that are on the same home network or things like that, that is broken out into this section here. So they all have that in common. So if I go ahead and click down here at the bottom left, it'll say show tree view, and you can click that, and now you see it collapsed everything. But here it gives you more of a directory based look at everything. And then favorites are here, which are empty right now. So the home one is pretty similar to what we already had up there. This is desktop, documents. It's all sort of the same things, but you'll see it doesn't have all the additional stuff at the bottom, like trash and file system and all that stuff. And then favorites, if you had favorites, which I don't have any, they would show up here. But then this file system one is the main difference, is because you can actually go in and access all the file system stuff more easily that way. It's just a personal preference which way you prefer to view it here. I'm rather used to the default view here, so I just tend to leave it like this myself. But this file system section, if you click on that, this gives you some of the same options that were shown in that tree view just over off to the side here. So there's multiple ways to access what you're looking for. And then if you don't like the sidebar at all, you can click this third one over here that says hide the sidebar, and then that just has it completely disappear from view. So that's another possible option for you. And then if you want to show it again, there it is on the side. So if that's a nice customization, personal preference sort of thing. Maybe you like a nice clean look in here and you're not going to need to use the sidebar very much, and you can just have it like this. and then it's out of your way. You can also, if you put your mouse cursor right between where the colors change, between the gray and the white, you can see that it changes into a little double-sided arrow. If you hold the mouse button down and you move your mouse, you can actually resize the size of the sidebar to your liking. So, if you happen to have something over here and it's, maybe got a long name or something and you want to be able to see all of it, then you might, drag it off to the side here. If you think it's, too in the way and you want it as short as you can make it, that's about as small as it goes there. It won't let me go any further than that to the left, but you can shrink that down. I personally like to have it just a little bit long enough to where I can read everything without it getting scrunched up like that. But that's just me, just a personal preference. But you can change that all you like right in there. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn even more, you can find my books at bookstoread.com/Jonathan. That's books, the number 2, read.com/JONATHAN.